Hey everyone, and welcome to Metro. We are so glad you decided to join us today. I'm your host, Jen Mast, and you're watching The 10 Before. It's where we take a few minutes before the service starts just to let you know what's going on and what's coming up. If this is your first time here, we want you to know just one thing, and that's our mission. Our mission is to lead all people into fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. If you're new to Metro, we'd like to welcome you with a free gift. It's a CD with a message from our lead pastor, Jeremy Shasso. He lets you know what our church is all about. You can pick one up as well as a welcome pack at the Connection Center in the main lobby after the service. This year, Metro is hosting a huge New Year's Eve party. It will be on December 31st at 9 p.m. right here in the Metro building. The guest of honors that night are all of you who serve and give your time to Metro. We will be having extended worship time with the Metro Band. The party will also feature a national stand-up comic named Thor Ramsey, and he is fantastic. You don't want to miss that. We will have an hors d'oeuvre bar and a dessert bar, and we will plan to have a casual dress-up night that night. Not very dressy, but a little bit better than the jeans and t-shirt we're used to. Hope to see everybody there on December 31st at 9 p.m. Oh, and one more thing, don't worry about the kids for that night because they're welcome to come too. We will have a party going on for them back in the Metro Kids area. It's welcome to children ages 1 year to 5th grade. They are encouraged to wear their pajamas, bring a pillow and a blanket. It'll be like a sleepover and they'll have a great time.
Well, I remember growing up in my family, we never went to church, we never talked about God, and I remember hearing of him and I knew the name Jesus but never knew who he was or much about him and never thought twice about it. It was St. Patrick's Day of '08 last year. And I thought, well, Easter's coming up. And I'd been going to a few different churches over the past couple of years, but never anything that I wanted to get up and go back to. And I remember getting up that morning and going to church, and I'll never forget it. It was Easter Sunday of '08, and there was a bridge set up across the stage. And it was all about bridges and building bridges. I remember it really struck me that day. I was sitting in the back row, hiding back there in the dark. Pastor Jay said, I don't know where you are, any of you, in your walk with Christ today, but I invite you to walk with him today. And I took the first step across that bridge. Right at that moment, I said, okay. And 2 weeks later, I was down in the mountains of Tennessee, riding a motorcycle, and I used to run from God, and I could run 170 miles an hour. I would just put that helmet on and hide from the world. Nobody knew who it was inside of there, and just go. I remember being on the motorcycle that morning. It was a Friday morning, 2 weeks after Easter. We were on a detour because the only road that we could take to get through this little mountain pass was blocked by an overturned semi. They weren't expecting it to clear for hours, so we found a detour and we went around, and I stopped and told my brother, I said, something bad's gonna happen. I had that feeling, something bad is gonna happen. And about 45 minutes later, I slipped on some leaves in a turn at somewhere about 80 miles an hour. And on a motorcycle, that's a pretty devastating speed. If you could have seen the ditch that I landed in, you will believe there is a God. I landed no wider than this chair in a little ditch between a concrete barrier and a tree that had fallen over with a bunch of jagged tree stumps, and if I would have hit that, that would have been it. And somehow I landed dead in the middle in a 3-foot deep pile of leaves. I broke my back, broke 5 bones in my back, and I could stand up and walk the next day. I just thought, okay, that must have been God's way of telling me, I'm gonna put you in a position where you are gonna lay here and talk to me, or you're gonna lay here and stare at me awkwardly. That accident was the single worst, but single greatest moment of my life. I would do it all over in 1 second if somebody would have told me the good that would have came out of it. I've come to Metro, and I've met so many people. I feel like every person that I come across at Metro is just one more plank helping me build that bridge across the way, and it's every single new person is there for me every step of the way. And when I'm there, some days I just feel like my chest is going to explode. I am so happy here. My name's Tina Perry, and I'm Metro.
Well, looks like we're about ready to get started. We really hope you enjoy your experience here today, and I'll see you back here next week at 10 before.